Hello, so we're here with this Crystals and Chakras series where you can find soul healing if needed, consciousness expansion, and the joy of life. And today we're going to talk about citrine, which is an amazing stone. It's an aligner of the solar plexus and the crown chakra because it belongs to the trigonal system. It's a variation of quartz. And there's so much to talk about when it comes to citrine. But the general attribute of this stone is that it's very connected to the sun, to higher energy, to the higher mind, to your higher self. And it's a great stone of self esteem. So, the general attribute of citrine is self esteem, meaning you are connected to your personal power. The solar plexus is the center of personal power in the body, right? So you're connected to your personal power and you don't need to prove anything to anyone in the world. You are your individual self, and it feels good to be in your own skin, in your body. It is just joyful. It's a stone of positive energy, positive thinking, optimism. It really is incredible. It's just one of everybody's favorite stones, right? And when you think of the solar plexus as the center of personal power in your body, it's, as I said, the center of self esteem, it's the center of confidence, and the solar plexus can get imbalanced by a lot of energies. One of them is shame. Another one is anger, excessive anger, that leads to disruptive action, that leads to shame and self punishment and more anger. So that's a vicious cycle localized in the solar plexus. It also, when it's imbalanced, is the place of master slave relationships. So people who are too submissive, who follow other people's orders, who don't assert themselves, who do not have enough self esteem and confidence. So they're just bowing down to other people, giving their power away, right? Not connecting to their personal power and being subdued by other people's actions and sometimes minds, right? Because when we don't have a strong solar plexus, our minds become weak and then we become obedient to other people without wanting to follow them. It's not about healthy leadership when it's imbalanced. When the solar plexus is balanced, we are connected to our personal power. So there is healthy leadership and there is a willingness to follow the people that you admire in a healthy, stable, sober way. So this is a very important, powerful attribute of the solar plexus. This kind of consciousness is important for us, right? When it comes to the personal power center in the body and the awareness of where your personal power is and how your solar plexus can be imbalanced. So as I said, it's imbalanced by shame and it's imbalanced by anger, which is an unfolding of the feeling of shame. And citrine is amazing to ditch the energy of shame and to really help you connect with your self esteem, which strengthens and just boosts your sense of personal power and the personal power of your body in general. So, when it comes to emotional benefits of citrine, it is all about self esteem and healthy relationships with the idea of power, your own and other people's, right? When it comes to the mental benefits of citrine, the solar plexus is the what we call the lower mind in the body, meaning it is the mind of our social relationships, is the mind that has been developed by learning processes when we are trained by society, by our parents, by our teachers, what we learn from social contact. So when we develop this social mind, or what they, Hindu wisdom and other traditions call the lower mind, which is not to be despised as inferior, it just means that it is working on the horizontal perspective as we relate to other people in equal relationships, right, in society, because the solar plexus is also the center of our social relationships, neutral relationships with people we don't know well, the center of our professional life too, right? The center of success, the center of our talents, of our gifts. So in Sanskrit, it's called Manipura because it's the center, it's called City of Jewels. That's what it means. It's where your talents reside and how you share your talents with the world and society. It's different from interpersonal, intimate relationships in the sacral chakra. It is more diverse. There are more people. It's how we deal with groups. It's the center of culture and society, as I said. So the lower mind has everything to do with that. We can connect this lower mind center with the higher mind, with the mind of God, with the creator, whatever you want to call it, with a spiritual awareness. And that brings a wisdom to the solar plexus, and your social mind or your lower mind is connected to the higher mind. So that's a huge mental benefit that you get from the vibration of citrine. This is really, really important. A physical benefit that you get is that since this, it's right here where your stomach resides, the solar plexus. I mean, some people call it the splenic center, which is a little bit to the left where the spleen is. But I like to think of this space in our bodies as a parachute. You have the diaphragm, and you have the liver, the gallbladder, the stomach, the pancreas, and the spleen, right? The pancreas is an endocrine, but these organs that are here, and in Chinese medicine, the liver and gallbladder are related to anger, right? And the spleen and the stomach are related to the energy of worry and thinking and overthinking when it's imbalanced. And also the spleen is the master organ of the unconscious mind and the subconscious mind and the deep unconscious mind. So there's a lot going on here regarding the mind and regarding feelings of anger. Anger towards self and anger towards others. So citrine really helps with the release of shame here on the left side and the anger on the right side in these organs. It can really energetically help with the blueprint of these organs. And it really is beneficial when you connect the energy of citrine to anything regarding this area. It has to do with digestion of emotions, the digestion of thoughts, the digestion of experiences, and the digestion of emotions as well. So nothing is just physical. Everything begins on the energetic level and the emotional level. So the more you have healthy emotions and you don't allow yourself to be angry all the time. And this is important too. Deepak Chopra is going to say that anger is the last resource. When we don't allow ourselves to feel other emotions, we turn to anger. I see this a lot in my sessions. People who have difficulty, some people have difficulty feeling sad, and anger is very easy for them. And some people have difficulty feeling angry, so sadness is really great for them, easier for them. So it depends on the person. This is the center of personal power related to anger. So people who are angry all the time and people who don't allow themselves to feel angry benefit from citrine, because all crystals balance our energy, right? Put us in the middle path, the sacred path. So the very angry people have overactive solar plexus energies. They are masters who need slaves. They're bossy, right? They outlash. It's just tense. They're stressed all the time. And the people who don't allow themselves to feel angry, the anger is just being built up in the deep unconscious mind and the subconscious mind especially. And it also is an imbalanced way of living. So allowing natural anger, which protects us, right? When things happen, you just immediately allow it to the anger to be expressed if it's something to be angry about, instead of festering that anger and becoming an angry person or acid person, right? Or becoming a submissive person who just can't deal with anger and just shoves it under the carpet. So this is very powerful and very important, because we tend to have such taboos when we talk about power, right? Everybody has personal power, and personal power is a healthy, natural attribute of any human being. Citrine allows you to develop this kind of connection with the higher mind and making peace with your personal power and other people's powers too. Admiring people who express their talents in the world, not feeling angry about it or resentful or judgmental, whatever that is. Okay? Another powerful thing, and I always say that the spiritual benefit that you get from stones is the most powerful because it unfolds in all the other benefits. So, the spiritual benefit of citrine, as I said, because it connects you to the higher mind, to the clear mind of God, and because this is a stone that relates to the sun, and as a metaphor or as a symbol, the sun is our essence, right? It is our truth, it is our spirit. So there is a difference between your body, your soul, and your spirit. Your soul has a history, your soul is sensitive, your soul uh, has different emotions that create wounds, and it has a past and it needs healing. But your spirit is ever present light with a capital L, ever present life with a capital L. So it is immune to any wound, to any emotional trauma. It's that shining light within. I like the image that some people in esoteric schools use of an egg, like the shell of the egg is your body, the white is your soul, and the yolk is your spirit. And that's what the spiritual attribute of citrine brings to create well-being in your life and to align your solar plexus, is this connection with your true self, with your essence, with your spirit, with your higher light, and allowing it to shine in the world. Remember, this is a city of jewels, right? And there is no stone that I believe is more symbolic of this than citrine when it comes to the spiritual connection and the spiritual benefits that you can get from this stone. The solar plexus is also your center of professional success, and it's where you have healthy exchanges, the idea of money and prosperity, exchanging value in divine proportion. So it is a center of prosperity, which is different from abundance. Abundance has more to do with the sacral chakra, and prosperity and abundance has to do with what nature gives you freely, effortlessly, what you receive from nature, allowing yourself to receive. The solar plexus is what you create in the world. It's how you contribute to the expansion of the world. So prosperity is about new energy, creating, and especially manifesting, because creation happens in the sacral chakra, and the manifestation of that can help you contribute to the world and society through the solar plexus. So it is also a stone that inspires prosperity and that helps you dissolve consciousness of scarcity as well. But remember, it's an active stone. When you receive from the world, you connect to the abundance of life. When you expand in the world, you bring more energy to the world, you add to the mixture, you bring more new things to the table, and it is your contribution to society, to the community, to humanity. Okay? So this is the self-expression of your material connection with the world, manifesting your gifts, allowing people to enjoy them, sharing your gifts with others. So citrine is a beautiful stone. And one thing I want to mention is that natural citrine is a little milder and it looks kind of like smoky quartz. So you can see it's just softer. These more bright citrines are heated amethyst, because amethysts are much more abundant in the world, and they heat the amethyst, which is purple, in the lab, and the complementary color is yellow, and it becomes citrine. Is that bad? No. I have no problem with human interference, but I actually believe that nature doesn't give us all that our minds can conceive, so we create those things. So I'm a huge fan of adding to what nature gives us. It's not about conflicting with nature, it's about expanding on nature. And that's the very essence of the solar plexus and citrine, right? Is to expand in what nature gives us. So there is no problem because most citrines are heated amethysts, but they're from the quartz family. They're all quartz. Internal geometry, same thing. Colors are different, and this has been through a transmutation from purple to yellow. I see no problem. In the present moment, these stones have become citrines. Possibly most of your citrines are going to be heated amethysts. And it really is not a problem at all, in my opinion, on the contrary, right? That being said, we can now get practical. And I have 3 suggestions for you to use citrine in your daily life that will immensely help with the solar plexus energy. And because citrine is such a sunny stone, it shines in the planet and it shines in your environment. I suggest you have citrine in your environment. So get a significant piece, right? What I believe to be significant to act on the environment and not just for individual use with your body is the size of your hand, right? So to have a citrine the size of your hand in the environment is enough. Some people love feng shui, so you can look at the feng shui chart and see where the prosperity corner is and place a citrine there. That's always beneficial. But the first practice is simple. Have citrine in your environment. Do you need to have 1 citrine in each room of your house? I don't believe we need to get neurotic. Get 1 piece of citrine, place it intuitively where you feel it belongs, if you like feng shui, in the prosperity corner of your home, and you will be good to go. Okay? The second practice is extremely powerful because our solar plexuses are the center of personal power in the body, and they can behave either as a mirror which reflects back to others whatever they emanate towards you. So if it's a mirror, if the person emanates love, you reflect love back. If the person emanates whatever distorted energy it is, so people are afraid of envy, whatever, you reflect envy, whatever, back. This stone, citrine, is powerful to dissolve these mind fragments of envy, resentment. You just don't have time for that because it's an optimistic stone. So it really reflects back. So what I suggest is to get a piece of citrine and place it on your solar plexus, right where your stomach resides. Lay down with a citrine there for 10 minutes. An alternative practice to this that I teach a lot of people is to place a little mirror here facing outwards, right? So the mirror is facing out so that it reflects external energy. For people who are very sensitive to external stimuli, to other people's thoughts, some people are empaths, and the center of empathy is the solar plexus. So to strengthen the solar plexus, you can either put a mirror or citrine. The benefit of putting citrine is that you have the color and you have the internal geometry of the trigonal system. So it really is up to you, but this practice is powerful, and I suggest you do this for 10 minutes. You can do it daily, you can do it weekly, or you can do it intuitively whenever you feel like you need the practice, okay? And last but not least, my favorite one is to get a citrine that is comfortable for you to hold in your hand. Okay, you don't want to get a big chunk that's too big or it's rough, whatever. So you want to hold a citrine in whichever hand feels better, or with both. And you're going to say, you can place it near your solar plexus, but you don't have to. And you can say the affirmation of citrine, which I love, which is, because it's the stone of self-esteem, the affirmation is, I am awesome. I am awesome. I am awesome. Now, I know, because I have had this reaction before, people saying, I don't believe this. I'm not going to say this. It's too conceited. It's going to make me selfish. I'm going to think I'm better than other people. Remember that crystals are going to put you in an energetic blueprint of divine proportion. So saying I am awesome is not a bad thing. You're not going to become a conceited person. You know why? Because every single human being in the planet and sentient beings, animals, plants, crystals, awesome consciousness out there, every single energy that is natural and benign is awesome. So a conceited person is not going to have problems saying I am awesome. Probably not, but holding a citrine, it's going to tone down the ego trip. And if the person is in submissive mode, saying, I am awesome is one of the most healing things you can do. You can look at yourself in the mirror, holding a citrine, and say, I am awesome. Even once is already going to shift your whole vibrational frequency. Okay? So love yourself and do this. Get some citrines for your home, for your solar plexus to hold in your hand and to do the affirmation. I hope this was useful and fun for you. Please comment your experiences, sign up to our YouTube channel, and I will see you soon.